and then we will go from there. I want to start the recording is going. All right, so today is a very, very special day for me. Let me give you a little of a heads up, and then I want to give Sonia as much time as she wants to take. So Sonia and I met 2 years ago at the 2018 convention. And in fact, Carlos and I and a number of people on our team were having dinner. I think it might have been the last day. And we were sitting in a restaurant, and in walks Sonia. And we had never met before, but I recognized her from this website and everything. And so we all jumped up and we got talking, and we got a picture with her. And she was just so gracious and such a servant heart. And we just really hit it off. So after the convention, her and I reached out to each other, and we talked a little bit, and we ended up doing a live together. But for me, more importantly, was we probably spent, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, I think 45 minutes to an hour, just her and I talking and getting to know each other, and her telling me her story. And you can't see my arm right now, but I'm getting chills just, thinking about that time when we talked about her story. And I've always wanted her to share that with the team for a lot of reasons, because people in this business see all those people that go out there and their first month in the business, man, they're 50K affiliates and they're just doing so much. And you sit back and you think, wow, what a loser am I? I've been in the business for a year and I'm still not 5K. And I just, man, why can't I do it like these people, and so forth. Sonia's going to tell you her story today, and she's going to take some time to talk about what she's doing now and what's going on and some tips and things like that. And she's got some time, maybe some Q&A. But I want you to really listen to her story and take to heart where you are, and not so much the length of time and everything, but her commitment and her consistency and what she did to get through all of this. So without further ado, let me please, and she lives in Canada, so remember this. She's a 500K affiliate, superstar in Canada, where they can't even get the CBD yet, right? They're just trickling the products out to them, and she's done amazing things. So without further ado, please let me introduce to you Miss Sonia Line. Sonia, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Ron, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you so much to invite me today. I'm honored to be here. Hello, everyone. I know that I don't know everyone on this call, so I'm blessed to have time from you guys. This busy Saturdays. I'm sure that everyone else has other things to do, but you decided to be here today, so that speaks volume. And I'm just excited because what happened at convention when I got to meet Carlos and Ron and the rest of the team that was there with them, it creates a bond, and I like that because when I got started with this company, I wasn't really part of a team. I never felt part of something. And I've always looked within. I was like, I need to be part of a team. And after I realized network marketing, MDC, it's one big team. So I love that. I know that there's not only Ron's team here. I know there's other teams. And I want to give a big applaud to that because there's so much scarcity mindset in this industry. There's so many people that are competitive, and I've never seen this type of leadership since the company blew up a few years ago. So let's go back to 2014. And like Ron said, I am from New Brunswick, Canada. I'm also not only Canadian, but I'm French. So I've built this business from a different country, from a different language, and I've built it outside of my own backyard. The reason I never built here, I have several reasons. I don't know if some of you here have been here since 2014. If you have, congratulations. If not, let me tell you, Hempworx and Mydailychoice is not the same company it was. We had one customer service rep. We had, like for me, when I got started, I had 2 months, I had 0 products. I was still able to enroll 20 people. I was able to be, brought on leadership calls. And back then, we had no leaders to teach us and mentor us and tell us how it works. We had a product that nobody knew about. We had a company that's never been heard of. And we had a crazy comp plan that some of the leaders were excited about. And when I got started, I was a massage therapist. I wasn't feeling good health-wise. Financially wise, we were doing good. Me and my husband, he was a mechanic. He had his own garage. I know Robert Hollis used to be a mechanic, and it's kind of funny. I heard his story years ago, and then I see him joining MDC, and I'm like, wow. And I love that he was a mechanic first. So both of us, we worked very hard with the service, with the people. It was great. He's the best mechanic I know. It saddened a lot of people that I retired him last year. But, you know, we have another baby, and I'll get to this soon. But when we were looking for something in 2014, I was desperate because I could not go. I was medicated a lot. I was addicted to medication. I was running a vicious circle, trying to find a way for me to not feel tired, exhausted all the time. If you ever own a traditional business, you know that if you take a time off or a sick day, you don't get paid. And then you have to make up for it. So we were going on vacations. We were coming back either sick, burnt out, didn't really have the time to enjoy all the nice things we had. Because when you are a business owner, you can be able to have an income greater than working a job for someone else. It is possible. Unfortunately, they say 90% of businesses fail in their first 5 years. And that's when I heard about this company. I was like, well, let's see what happens in 5 years. Because I was in massage therapy for 10 years. My husband was for over 10 years running his business. But it got to a point we lost purpose, we lost passion, and our health was declining. So I got online, started looking. I was introduced by somebody to a travel company. That company had 5 changes when I got started. I ranked up fast. It was $21. I remember the pitch was the price of a pizza. Get in for the price of a pizza. And I got a lot of friends and family in, and then all of a sudden, they changed the price to $50. And then they changed the comp plan so we'd make less money. And the next year, they changed the plan to $250. If you wanted to join the $21 pizza, it's $250 now to join. So everyone that I've talked to, my friends, my family, because I did what most people told me to do, make your list, go talk to your friends and family, be excited, bring them on this presentation, and let us do the work. I lost credibility. I lost hope. I lost trust from a lot of these people because the company changed, and that has nothing to do with me. But I stepped back and I started self-development. I started following other people online. I was pissed off and my health was not better. I found Jenna, which back then she wasn't as Wiggle. She was another name. Started following that lady and I was like, she's saying the things that I want to say, but I won't dare say it. And I remember following her. She inspired me. And she was like, I can't believe she posted that. And she is the lady that made me step out of my comfort zone. And I kept following her and thought, you know what? And then she wasn't in MDC yet. She hasn't even met Josh back then. I met Mr. Jerry West. Some of you may know Jerry West, another 100K leader in the company, amazing leader here. We were friends. We actually got on a Zoom call or a hangout, I think it was back then. I asked him how he was doing and we just connected. Both of us were trying to pitch each other. That was at the beginning. I was with MDC, but he never joined and I kept talking with him. So anyways, when I got on a call with Chris Robinson, Josh Wagel, a few people at the beginning that were there, I was blown away because Josh was 20 something at the year, very young 20s. I couldn't believe a CEO that impressive made that much money in this industry with his previous company. I couldn't believe that I was at the forefront of a new company. I was excited. And I'm a hunter. If you guys don't know, we hunt deer, not the ones in my backyard today, but we hunt 1 deer per year for our food. And that's it. The rest, we feed them all year long. We love them. They're our pets. But I heard there was a product with deer antler velvet. So when that came out, I was like, okay, this is a sign. So I don't know if you guys believe in signs, but that was a sign for me. So after that, joined the company. That was November. Took me till halfway through January before I even got the products. So a lot of people have the excuse, and I see a lot of Canadians saying, we don't have CBD here. No, you don't. I had 3 little sprays, Peak, Boost, and Shield. That's it. That's all I had to start the business, was able to get in momentum. I think I made $1,400 my first week. That was like crazy money for me. $1,400 per week was a lot of massages. I could not do that physically. And then I started thinking, if I can do this with 3 sprays from Canada, I can do a lot more. So I started talking to people, started meeting people, and I made a new Facebook. I'm not telling you guys to start a new Facebook, please don't. It was one of the the mistakes that I've done, because right now I have a big success that my local people aren't seeing. And yes, those were French people, but I'm sure they could still make out what the English, what I post in English, because we're bilingual here, most of us. So I kind of like started fresh, and it took me a few years to build my credibility up, to build my name up. And what I did for the first 2 years, I was a leader, even if I had no idea what I was doing. Every Thursday night, we had the cutoff call. Back then, it wasn't the tour, it wasn't a video, it wasn't a team. It was Josh, top leaders, doing the call every Thursday. So that was the thing. And I know that you guys have your leaders doing your own weekly calls, and that is amazing. And you want to make sure you plug your people in, because the one that's experienced here telling or sharing the story is the one that's going to help you with the people that might be skeptical, because they may not see your success. They may see you different. Maybe they've known you your whole life and they don't respect you in that way that you can guide and help them to achieve some of the dreams that they may have. So for me, I wanted to get myself out of the way, and that worked great. So even if I didn't really have an upline, my upline quit 2 months in the business. He tried to cross recruit a bunch of people. He would be making lots of, he'd be a 6, maybe a 7-figure earner by now, if he wouldn't have quit this business, because it got hard. And that's what most people do. So I'm here to tell you guys, don't quit when it's hard. Push the gas even harder. And I know sometimes you need to back out and breathe. And I got to say that I did that. After 5 years of pushing a business, you will see a lot happening. If some of you know, we used to ship in Canada for a little bit over a year. Our team did almost 400,000 BV per month just in Canada. And then overnight, it was taken over. I was about to be super affiliate, and then Josh messaged and said, we can't ship to Canada anymore, we're done. We can't until the government decides to change their laws, and we want to be legal. So when it is available here, that we can be the company there, because if we don't stop now, we'll never be able to get in Canada. And I respect Josh for doing that. And guys, Hempworx was actually invited from our country to be sold legally here, but not in direct sales or MLM, and Josh refused. So that speaks volume of him, because he could have made a lot of millions of dollars. And Canada would actually have some good CBD. So what am I doing now? And I went in a depression, I went in a burnout, I went in hibernation mode. I hid from people because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed that you could have quality oil that so many on my team, 10, 25K, 50K, we had 100K. I had a girl hitting 250, and it was taken away. They were pissed off at me. And it's not because it's not my fault, but I built the residual, and I built from the beginning that I had a big team in the States and elsewhere in the country, in other countries. So my paycheck, yes, it diminished a little bit, but it was still amazing compared to what I used to do with massage therapy, and compared to, I don't think a lot of people in this industry in Canada, not even US, are making as much as some of the top leaders that are making here. But if I would have quit, if I would have stopped promoting, if I would have got upset and blamed everyone else, and I did get into the blaming game for a while. I want to bring that up, and I'm transparent when it comes to training, because I think a lot of people don't talk about the ugly. They just hype it up and promote what's nice and all the beautiful things. But let's face it, it's as anything. It's as hard as the gym, as keeping a relationship alive, being a parent, whatever it is, your life will have challenges, and it is how you attack it every single day. So if you're going through a patch right now that's being rough, don't go to your upline and complain about everything, because I'll tell you, I used to be that person. What happened? I got ignored and I got blocked, because I kept believing so much of the crap I was telling myself every single day and saying it's because of this and because of that, that I forgot that, Sonia, you have the chance to still continue this. So I had to decide. And when Canada stopped, I had a lot of people on my team that started promoting other CBDs, even if it was illegal. I had to make the decision of, do I switch companies to follow my Canadians, because I had a big team, or do I stay put here and wish them well and hope someday will happen again, or just start fresh? And it was hard, because I got attacked. I got people telling me off. Every time I would go live on Facebook, I'd have Canadians typing pissed off. Why is Canada doing this? Why did Josh decide to do this? And I'm an empath. I'm somebody that attracts. I can feel when you're pissed. I can feel when you're upset. I can feel when you're excited. And I didn't really know how to work that out. And I know that Jenna was working on her own self. And as she was teaching and saying the book that I read and what she was doing, I was learning a lot. But I got pissed off to a point that I went to her inbox and I started saying everything that was wrong instead of everything that was right. And guys, I was still making multiple 5 figures per month, and I was feeling that way. So how stupid was I to be there and being the victim when I could have woke up and get back to work right away, be excited and continue growing and get to super affiliate. It's okay to step back, but what I did when I stepped back, I didn't promote another company. I didn't join another company. I didn't go to my downlines to promote drama. I didn't go there and say, did not happen because of this. I told them I'm stepping back. I need a break. And when you go to your upline and you keep being negative, 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 and it's okay. Sometimes you can go and say, I want guidance. What would you do in this situation? But if you have time for somebody that's going to spend time with you for your business, make sure you bring solutions if you're going to be complaining. I got blocked, and I'm sure that, I don't know if you guys ever had that happen, but it's a slap in the face when you get blocked. For one of the most powerful lady in the industry, top income female earners and the CEO, which is my upline, to block me for 3 months, 2 summers ago, when the company was blowing up, I was put in timeout. And I know she talks about it. She always says in her videos, she was the hardest on me. And I thank her today, but I hated her back then for doing that. But I needed that tough love. I needed to be put in corner and timeout and see, do I really want this? And I'll use, I know this might not be relevant, but I'll use a miscarriage story. When you are pregnant and you lose a child, it makes you think, did I really want that? Is that something I really want? And I've been through it a few times in my life, and every time it made me realize what I wanted. So when I was blocked, it made me realize, is this my time to move on? Or is this my time to step out of the excuses and victim mentality that I have? And all I kept thinking was my team, was everyone I've talked to in the past, and how amazing these products are. Guys, I've been using this phrase religiously for 5 years now. Every single day, we haven't missed any day. And me and my family, I know that we need to be compliant, but we haven't taken any prescribed medication in 5 single years. So there you go, Ron, showing this phrase. So for me, I was a believer of the product. If the product wouldn't have worked as well, I don't know if I would have been able to handle all the stress that came with having a business doing this. And what I can tell you is, good for you, because what happened to us will never happen to you. You guys are in the States, most of you guys are in the States, and if you're from another country, we are globally expanding right now, and there's availability out there. So you guys are at the perfect timing for this company. Perfect everything, honestly, because we've got, what, 1 million customers, close to 1 million customers? How many successful leaders? How many people who are seeing results? And we've got the reorder rate down path. I know that I've never seen that, people reordering all the time. And I think this is why this company is so successful, because the products actually work. I see ladies, and no offense if you're in other companies that sells these, but back home I see ladies selling like candles and like makeup and different things that people don't order every month. Different things that they have to keep getting sales every single month. And let's face it, if there's something that happens to the economy, who's going to buy candles, right? They're going to keep buying sprays and CBD because it helps them, because they need it and they see the difference. And you can even get paid for it or get free products. So it's a win-win situation. What I've been doing lately, I know that I jump my story, like I'm like the score person, my brain, I go from one story to the other. I probably started a story, didn't finish it. So if there's something you guys are like, oh, I wanted to hear, make sure you type it and I'll try to remember to finish it. But I'm just so excited to be here and share this, because I decided to re-sign my 3 to 5 year contract here this year. So they say when you join network marketing, give yourself 3 to 5 years. Well, my 5 years is up, and I signed again a 3 to 5 year contract. And I think that speaks a lot. And what I've been doing lately, and I'm doing this in French, and by the way, if you have French people, we will start doing some French presentation. And I'm kind of bugging Josh a little bit to get the tour in French. And I know that Carlos and some of the Spanish leaders are working on having that in Spanish too. So I will be doing some open calls for any teams, and I will say get back to the person who shared this. I'll let Ron know, and he can let you guys know. But what I've done this past 2 weeks in Canada, I have got the excitement again. I've reached out to anybody that's ever shown me interest. I've reached out to anybody that was on my chicken list. I feel like I just got started. I've been on calls and three-way chats all week, and I'm excited. So if you're not excited for your company and your business, don't bother talking to people. Get yourself excited first. Why did you join? Was it you wanted a little bit more money? Did you maybe achieve that and now you're like looking at others making 10 times what you're making and you're being hard on yourself? Do you give yourself a tap on the back for every little small achievement that you do? Because I think, like Ron was saying at the beginning, people come in and they see big ranks happening very fast. But guys, you don't know what's on the bottom of that iceberg. How long they've promoted or talked to, built themselves, self-development, all of that stuff that they've worked. They came in, they might have come in with their previous team, or if they haven't and they reach the ranks very fast, well, good for them. They're like one in whatever numbers, and it doesn't mean that it has to be like that for everyone, but if you stop today, you'll never be able to know if this can happen for you. And I think this industry, a lot of people feel that one person will change my life. That one person will blow up my team. And I'm proof of that it can happen, because when I started in 2017, I had 2 years. It took me 2-something years to reach 5K rank. But when I reached 5K rank, the week later, I was 10K rank. The month later, I was 25K rank. So it went fast, but because of all the seeds that were planted the years before, and because I never gave up. So I know for a while I wasn't making money with this company. I even had to go get a loan from my parents. I remember asking them for 20 grand. And my mom said, we'll do this, but can you promise me that if it doesn't work out with your business, that you will go back to school, to college, or go get a job? And I yelled at her and I said, never. I'm sorry, but if that's the only reason you're giving me money is because you want me to go back to college, I'm not taking your money, and I will make this happen. I promise you, I will make this happen. I didn't build this for these many years to give up. I didn't talk to all these people. I didn't use these products. I didn't do the self-development and join all the trainings to quit today because you feel I should go back to school. Because I went to school. I did massage therapy for 10 years. I went to a point that I hated that job, and I miss massage therapy a little bit, not to get back to it, but I was able to get connected. I was able to learn. And also, I quit high school when I was 14 years old, guys. I moved out of my parents' house at 14. I was working 2 jobs. I was trying to go to school. I quit school instead of the jobs. I've been abused mentally, physically. I've been addicted to drugs. I went to college for massage. I quit college. I came back and I crushed it. I did that for 10 years. My health started declining. The products came into my life and I was ready for a change. If you would have told me 10 years ago, this company, I wasn't ready. So a big question I ask people is your green light on? Because you can have the best prospect in the world and how you approach them matters too. Just say hi. How's life with you lately? I see so many people messaging me, and they hardly do this anymore because they know I'm planted here. But for a while, people that didn't know me send me a message and then a long copy paste, like my page, go see this, you would do great on my team, blah, blah, blah. And they verbally vomit in my inbox. And it's just, I cringe when I see that because I'm like, I could be at a funeral right now. I could be giving birth. I could be sick. And you're not even asking me how my day's going or what's new with me. You haven't even gone on my Facebook wall and you're sending me that. So when you approach people, the timing needs to be right. And that's one of the things I know I succeeded at is connecting with people. And when I ask them, what's new with you? What's exciting? Or when I said a compliment, it was genuine and real. If you're fake and you go to people just for a number in your downline, they will feel that miles away. We are the real generation. We are people like real stuff. They like honesty, transparency. If you guys open the door when you have people knocking at your door, like salesperson, I know I don't. I know we hide now. What about those telemarketers? I try to pitch them back now. But I hate to be sold. I might want that vacuum cleaner you want to sell to me, but when I'm ready for it, and I'll probably won't be going to the person who was at my door knocking when I wasn't ready, when I was maybe cooking or being with my kid or whatever it was. So the timing, and I'm not telling you this not to reach out to people if you think life is not good. That's why you ask questions. And I know some of the leaders here might work differently, but for me, I knew this was a connection, it was a relationship, and that's one of the best things that I could do. And the second other thing, I know we talked about that with Ron last week, was belief. I believed in me, even if I had no idea what I was doing, even if I failed, even if I had to try different ways. I believe, even if I screwed up a few times, I have prospects I turned away because I talked too much or I said the wrong thing. But I did not quit. I went on to the next person. And another thing I want to say, and I see this happening now, if you quit today, you're building your upline's business. I had somebody reach out to me yesterday. They want to join the team. The person who introduced it to him is long gone. So I'm getting some free recruits because I didn't quit. And I don't want you to build your upline's team with people that loves and trusts you, because when they start succeeding and you're not there anymore, how is that going to feel for you? So those are all little things that I wish I would have known back then. And another thing is track who you speak to. I know Todd Falcone talks about this. I know a lot of people do, and I'm terrible, and I'm still trying to work. I've got like 4 planners, and I think cell phone might be the best thing. When you talk to somebody, write down what you like about them, what they liked about their day. What are things that when you talk to them again, you can bring that up to the subject because you care. And it's not because you're fake that you have to. I write it down because I will forget, not because I don't care that you told me about your daughter or this or that. It's because I talk to so many people that I tend to lose track and tend to forget. So doing that would have helped me a lot more. So I'm building my list today. Don't wait 5 years for you to build your list properly. Also, if you have people on your team, taproot, go to them, see how they're doing, see who's the rock star on your team, who do you see promoting, trying, doing events, presentations, inviting, getting people to take the tour that may not be getting the results. Let's get them on a phone call. In January, the first week, I got on a phone call with 5 of my most active, not personals, but tap-rooted downline. I went on a one-on-one with them, and I asked them what their goals were, what they were doing every single day, and how I can help them, and who on their team was some up-and-coming rock stars that I could help. And I offered to do team calls with them or one-on-one calls. I had people say, yes, reach out to this person, reach out to that person. Since then, I'm being added in 3-way chats. I just closed the Canadian last night, and I had 4 uplines, 4 downlines with me. It was like probably a level 7 or 8, or I don't even know what level that person was to me, but they all were there. They all were taught because they saw how I approached the person. I answered every question she had, and I replied back with questions about her, because it's not about us, it's about her. Yes, you can answer all the questions, but you also want to ask the right questions, because the person asking the more questions is the one leading the conversation, and you want to be that leader. So, and it wasn't question like, and I'm not textbook material either. Like I just asked her, like, because she mentioned about CBD. She said, does it affect you that CBD is not in Canada? And I said, of course, it does. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be honest. And I told her a little bit about what happened 2 years ago. And I told her that right now, all I can do, there's 2 things. I can sit down here and wait and complain and cry and be pissed at the government because they won't let this wonderful product here. Or I can educate people in Canada about what to look in a good oil, about where to get the only legal oil right now in Canada, and letting them know it's still less quality than what we have, but you want to make sure the ingredients are minimal. You want to make sure it's dried and extracted this way. You want to make sure you have the batch tests, lab results, transparency. And there's 3 ways in Canada you get it. You grow a plant, you do it yourself, you get it prescribed by the doctor, or you get it by the approved licensed government stores that has low quality oil. But guys, I keep telling people it's better than no CBD at all. And me doing this to them, it gives them, okay, she's still not trying to sell me sprays. She's actually I'm not sending them to the government store to go buy some cannabis CBD products, but I'm saying it's better to have the lowest grade of CBD than having none at all. But let me tell you, when we do have Hempworx, and I say when, I say if, okay? Because I don't want anybody to say, Sonia said this. I say if it comes back, and hopefully it does, then I'll be happy to introduce this brand to you. And then you can try for yourself the difference, because thousands of other people has. And this right there gives me trust. They trust me. They believe in what I'm saying, because I'm not only trying to get them in my business and my products, because if I can't give it to you right now, I will still help you find the best way or educate you. So all you can do is educate them. And there's some big things happening for Canada right now. We've got the shampoo, we've got the mantra oils, and the High Life Travel that just launched. How many of you have talked to people in Canada? And I know I'm not focusing this call for that, but hey, I want to help you guys build your business, and we're a global business. So if you do have contacts, French, English, Canadians, when we do have, we're doing live events, we're going to do these. Feel free to send them there. I want to build a community where I don't care whose downline that you're in, because this is exactly what it is. My team, some of my team is listening and watching right now, and thank you, Ron, for opening that for them. I never do Saturday calls. That's one thing. Saturdays are usually for my family. And I asked my husband last night, I said I was invited on the call. Is that okay? And he's like, hey, no problem. And he's happy to see this, because and another tip, and I know most of you here are under amazing teams. If you happen to be somewhere in the company that you have no upline, no team, no excitement, be blessed that you were able to be here today. Be blessed that someone took you under their wing and you were able to learn from them and with them. So you're definitely in business by yourself, but not for yourself, but not by yourself. So Ron, I know that we have lots of time left, and I haven't read any of the comments because I tend to get distracted. Is there anything specific? Because I know there's lots of different pieces of my story. Is there anything specific you want me to go over, or any questions that I could help some of you with, hopefully help grow your business today?
Wow, Sonia, that was amazing, and what an incredible story. And I think you answered my one question. Was I wanted people to hear that the journey of 2 years to 5K, because I know there's a lot of people in the company and on our team and on other teams that are like, oh man, I'm doing it. I'm every day. But you know, and when you think about it, what Sonia went through starting in 2014, I loved when her and I were talking about it. She was saying all of the ups and downs, and people were having issues with Josh and this and that and all kinds of things that a startup company goes through. And she had every reason to put the brake pedal on and say, you know what, I'm going to go find something else. I'm going to go find something else. But she saw the vision. She saw what Josh and then Jenna and Chris and all of the people that were there then, the vision they had. She knew that if she stayed the course, and if you heard what she said, it took her 2 years to get to 5K affiliate. And then all of a sudden it was like 10K, 25K, 50, 500K. So it's like that meme or whatever they call them now, where the person that chopping through and they get to the diamond mine and the person underneath hits that and they give up and they're this far from it. Sonia kept on hitting, and that is to me is the power in that story, because most of us are going through that same thing, right? Where you're working, you know, we've been at 50K for way too long, and I say that to you, not because of the team, but because I know that I got to step things up. I got to get back in the game. I got to do things differently, and this is Sonia, an incredible inspiration to me. I've been listening to you, and I haven't even looked at the questions and that. So here's what I want to do. If you've got a few more minutes of your time, and you notice now she talked about reinventing or relaunching her business and so forth. My first question would be, what in a day, you know, we talk about DMO and all of that stuff and everything, but in a day, what do you think for someone that is either just starting in the business, maybe been in the business 6 months or a year, but just not having the success they want, or like myself and others that have had success but want to, need to kick it? What are the most important things people need to be doing?
Well, first of all, you need to know your goals. You need to know what you want to achieve, because if you want to reach 100K and one wants to reach 5K or 500K, it's not the same. It's still the same similar things you have to do, but you might have to step it up a little bit more. But I think a lot of people, they forget and they make it complicated. I know for me, I overcomplicated, and the first 2 years why I didn't get successful is because I was doing the wrong things. I was not following what was being told, and I was reinventing. You mentioned reinventing. I was reinventing the wheel so much. And I know Josh hated it because he's so proud of his system, but I hated the pre-enrollee system because it scared my local people away, because they've never even knew you can make money on the internet, and then they're getting all these emails, you have to enroll before Thursday. And I use that as an excuse. And now I'm like, it's so easy. All you got to do, you filter people out, and you know who you can send to the tour. And I let them know now. I'm like, by the way, our system's very aggressive. You're going to be emailed every time we place somebody underneath you. And that's pretty cool, because eventually you can earn money from these people that you never even met. And I changed the way I was looking at the things that was there and at the tools. And I'm relaunching right now. And what I'm doing differently is I have 10 people, not per day. I gave myself 40 new people per week to reach. And guys, I have a baby, if you don't know. Me and Jenna, we're pregnant together. We have hemp babies. My son's 9-month-old. He is learning to sleep, okay? We've had issues with reflux, and he slept 14 hours yesterday. I don't know what happened, but man, I will take it. But we have not slept a lot in the last few months, me and my husband. And that's why we removed our oldest son from school. We now homeschool him, and I retired my husband from his garage. So we live in a cabin right now. I don't know if you guys can see, but we are in nature. There's deers. And I stay here, and my focus right now for the next 3 months, I told Josh, I messaged him and I said, I'm pretending I'm joining this company again and I don't know you. No offense, but I'm pretending that this is new. I'm ignorance on fire, and I will use all the knowledge that I've had from the past and I will put it into action. And my daily method of operation, I work a 4 out of 7 day per week. And I do this because I used to be sick a lot. I had women issues that would put me in bed for a day or two, that I would have to miss work, that I couldn't talk to somebody, I would throw up, I would be low lethargic energy, I would just be in a crazy bad mood, I would feel like my ovaries were busting. Sorry, too much information, guys, but I had issues before this company and amazing products. So for me, I've always wanted to look for a regular schedule. I can't do it Monday to Friday. I can't talk to people every single day because I need to get that energy released. I need to have a schedule where I can balance it. So I work hard 4 days per week. Now, my husband would laugh right now because he would say she works too much every single day. But I do these 4 methods of operation every week. And I got to think I still have the rest of my team also, that I'm not in management mode anymore. And I told them last month, I said, guys, I'm getting into recruiting mode. Reach out to me, but I won't be there as much as I was, because I was trying to help the team that was already active. And when you're a leader, you need to get more people. It doesn't matter how many successful people on your team there is. You have to keep bringing new people in. It's this industry. People will quit. Some teams will leave, and it's going to happen, unfortunately, for whatever reasons. But you have to keep bringing people in, because there's nothing more exciting than somebody new, excited for your business. Like, I love doing coaching calls now for somebody that wants to tell me their goals, okay, what they want to do, why they want to do it, what's the reason that pushed them to the limit to say, I need change. And I always ask myself, look back a whole year or even 5 years. If you do the same exact thing you've done in the past year, a year from now, are you happy? And I've been saying yes because I know what I've done, but I know a lot of people will lie to themselves. And some years I was slacking a little bit more. So daily, I talk to, let's say my 4 days, okay, and 4 days usually is more, but I won't feel bad if I don't work 1 or 2 days because I decide to be with family or do something different, or if I have a tired day and want to sleep. 10 people per day, okay? And those 10 people can be somebody I meet at the store. It can be the hairdresser I went to get my hair cut that I brought my hemp shampoo products. It can be the new person in the Yorkshire Terrier group because I've got a Yorkie, somebody that I've met on Facebook, somebody that messaged me from my YouTube videos. I have 10 new contacts per day. I don't send them my link. I don't pitch them the first time. So 10 new contacts is to get that relationship going. Then I have three new follow-ups. So follow-ups, because I've been planting seeds for 5 years now, I have lots of people I can follow up with. I could do more, but if I friend or find 10 new people and then 3 new follow-ups, that for me is enough people to talk to. Then of course I send the happy birthday message. And guys, I stepped it up a little bit more. I went outdoors when there was deers in the backyard and I filmed myself wishing you a happy birthday. Hey, if it's your birthday, you're on my Facebook list, you might get that video sent to you. 30-second video. Hey, how are you doing today? I know it's your anniversary. I just wanted to wish you an amazing birthday. I hope that you are surrounded by people that loves you. And I really care because they're on my friends list. So when I send them that video, I'm probably going to be the only person that videoed them that day for their birthday or send them an audio. So right there, I'm planting those seeds and I'm making them feel good. And then I ask them the question, what are you doing for your big day or what's new with you? So that revives a conversation. If that person never replies, then I don't delete them right away because you never know what's going on with their lives. But if it's 2 years in a row, you wish them happy birthday and they don't reply, then you can make some room on your Facebook list. After that, I do some live videos. I know some of you are scared of it. And if you are, I'm sure you can find somebody in the team, in the company to do a live with you. If you don't, that's where you share your team's lives. There's so many people out there doing amazing jobs at sharing stories. And most people won't post their link on it. If they do, you can always say, just get back to the person who shared it with you. But most of the time I see people doing those lives. If I do a live on my Facebook, 95% of the time there's no link, even more than that. So feel free to share it. So then the self-development. The self-development is the biggest thing, especially with less sleep, with dealing with different teams from different countries, from different stages in their lives. Then some teams lose their ranks. There's things happening. You have to ground yourself from the negative, and that's where self-development is going to help you. Maybe it's your kids that are driving you nuts, and that 10 minutes of audio in your car is going to make you not snap. Really, not yell at them. And I'm guilty of this, guys. I've had times, I'm in a cabin. I've got no office. My office is this space right now. I could have an office, but we decided to go off grid and spend our winter here for now. But you can make things happen no matter what your circumstances is. You don't need a fancy office. You don't need to always have it together. But if you do a little bit of these things every day, add new people, follow up, self-development, and also you got to present and you got to have new customers and affiliates. So present. Either you use the tour, either you use your uplines team videos or events that they do, home events, and then tag groups. So what I've done with my friends, because they've been following me, and the reason where I'm doing this right now is because I'm not saying I don't want to recruit anymore, but I've brought over 500 people in this business, whether it's customers or affiliates, in 5 years. I'm in a position where I don't have time to spend one-on-one with everyone that wants to join me right now. So I am putting the people underneath my leaders. And you don't have to do this right now, okay? Because somebody on my team asked me that. Do I have to give all my signups to my downlines? I said, no, help yourself first. Get yourself to 25 or 50K. Once you're there, then you can start helping the ones that are helping themselves. And then if that person ever quits, then the downline goes up to you. So let's think long-term, and I'm building long-term. That's why I'm doing this. So I called Cindy. I said, Cindy, I'm placing this person underneath you. I need you in a 3-way chat. This is how we're going to do it. We're doing a friends group. I want an opportunity group and a product group. We're going to do product information, and then we're going to lead them to the opportunity. Every time you have somebody interested, and guys, I'm doing this because we have no French tour, okay? If I would have the French tour, I would use the tools. So don't go and start your own group. Use the tool, you have it, okay? So then the people, I reached out to this person and I said, I'm talking to Cindy, who's talking to Shauna, and who's talking to Marie-Josée. And if you join today, you can be part of the team, and then I'm putting Jackie underneath you. So I am dangling the carrot with these people We all know each other. We're all local to each other. We're all friends. And I'm telling them there's no competition this way. And when we sign up salons, and I'm giving you tips in case you do have a lot of people with mutual friends, instead of you signing them all up, sign them one beneath the other. So what I'm doing, I'm putting everyone on the same leg, all under the same leg. And I said, let's bring 10 people in. Once we've got 10 people in, we're gonna go, and I know 10 people gets me, I don't even get paid 10 levels. But I'm at the point where I wanna help them rather than me. And the more people you help, the bigger it's gonna go. And I'm not 5K anymore. So whatever you are in your situation, please don't think you have to do it this way. But if you get there, you can do it also with your friends and family, people you've known. So we're going to be calling businesses in Canada this week. That's my challenge to them. And when a business signs up, I'm not putting them underneath me on my weak leg where I could get binary. I'm putting them under the last person who signed up on the leg we're building all together. So all the people above will get that volume too. And that's how I'm building here in Canada with my people that I've prospected for a long time. And I don't know if I could do this in Africa or in the States, but I can do it right now with people that knows and trusts me. And I don't want to go back to doing home events because I'm 3 hours away from back home. I will do online events, no problem with that. I will even do home events when I need to, maybe a quarter or something, like quarterly, because I travel a lot. But I want to train the people there that loves doing that. There's people out there that wants to do those home events. Find those people on your team, help them do a home event. Be on Zoom with them. If you do a home event, you ask me to do a presentation or share my story, hey, I'll go on Zoom and I'll share it with you. And that's how it should be. And we've got all the presentations now and the tools for you to do so. When I started 2 months before we launched Hempworx, I did an event back home. I had 15 people show up. 5 of them were affiliates, 10 of them were people looking at it. And the 5 affiliates, I could say there were more customers than affiliates. These 15 people, when I started the live on Facebook, they went to my wall and they all shared it. We had 5,000 people who watched that video at the end of the week. So I had 15 people that ended up with 5,000. That's how my Canadian local team started. And I started them with buying executive pack of the sprays together. Find 4 people, $125 each. That's $500. It brings you an executive pack. You get 5 sprays for $125. That was a deal. They started using it because that was the objection here, the money. And I thought, well, let's get you the sprays the cheapest that you can. And then 2 months later, well, actually, Jerry West joined my team. And then we started ranking. And a month later, we launched Hempworx. And history was made from there. So I know I touched a few different things, and I know people ask me how I've built it in Canada. Well, I stayed out of Canada for the beginning. After we stopped shipping, I kind of like went in hibernation mode, and I still have people I haven't reached out to because I'm embarrassed, but that's just me being honest and me caring because I know these people were making great money here, and it wasn't because of the sprays. So it's kind of hard to get somebody to love a product that they weren't interested or supportive of when they join. But now I will find the people who are open to it or find new people who this might be exactly what they're looking for. So I don't know if that helps a little bit to give you ideas on how to build, do different things, but that's what I've been focusing on. And we've signed up 5 people from the 10 people that I've reached out to. Easy. I've never signed up people this easily before. And I was pretty direct. Are you in or are you out? I don't know if you guys have heard Jenna say that's how she launched. Are you in or out? You've seen me 5 years, man. You've seen me here. And I have a huge milestone I'm about to hit next month that I don't even know if I want to tell my friends and family. I'm afraid to tell them how much money I make and scare them away. Because when I got started, I wanted to make $5 grand per month. That was my goal. And then I wanted to have a baby, and my husband's like, no, we can't. Financially, we can't. Because when I had my first son, back at 2 months, I was back to work. I was giving massages, and he was at work. But our baby slept at 6 weeks, so we were blessed. So I thought, it's easy. We'll have another one. I must have jinxed myself or something, said that he sleeps so much because this one never really does. But he had issues. But we're fixing that. But my husband told me in 2017, he's like, when you make 10 grand per month, we can talk about it. If you tell me something and I really want it, I will make it happen. So if you tell me I need to make 10 grand per month to have a baby, I will make it happen. And 5 months later, I was making 10 grand per month. That was 100K up on stage, share my story at the first ever convention we had. And then 6 months later, I brought it back to the table. I said, we need to think talking about babies. And he had no choice because that was his momentum, or that was his reason. And he never thought I would make that money. So he kind of like put himself in the corner himself. He signed a paper years ago saying that I will never make money in this company, never even think of making 5 grand per month. I was crazy. He hated MLM. He's the biggest skeptical ever. It took him 3 months before he even took the sprays, and he did it in secret. I heard him one morning and I was like, oh, he's taking my sprays. And I didn't say anything to him. He told me, and he needs to come on live. He's going to say he's French, but he understands English. But he hasn't had cold sores. He used to get cold sores every single month. The sprays helped him for that. He was at a point, doctors was helping him sleep because he had sleep and stress issues. So he's taking our products and loving them, but he was a skeptical and now turned into my biggest fan and mentor and believer. And he sees everything that's happened in the past years, and he's proud now. Like, he actually helps me when I talk to people instead of being very negative and pushing people away, because that's what he did at the beginning. And now if I want another kid, I need to make $300,000 per month. So, but guys, we're done. Cause he saw Jenna posted that one day and I'm like, oh, that's a good goal. He's like, if you ever ask me for another kid, I want you to make that much. But I think we're done. This second kid kind of like stopped that for us, but we're not stopping. When Mika was 2 months old, I was at the Nashville Roadshow. I don't know if any of you were there, but for me to travel the world and go bring my baby, he was 2 months. And then at 6 months, he was at convention sitting like 10 feet away from Bob Proctor. Like, I'm sitting here with the baby in the VIP section and I'm like, is this even real? And he didn't cry. He did wonderful. So I'm just grateful for this opportunity, grateful to be able to share this with you guys. And I hope that it wakes some people up, or I hope it answers some questions and can help you understand that whether you got the results and they left or you never got them yet, sometimes you might need to change things up a little bit. And whether you do home events, markets, online marketing, blogs, YouTube, Facebook Live, there's many different ways that you can build this. Build what works for you and make sure that the people you follow are people that are successful. I see people following some team members and they never really got success. So they're just following failure from failure to failure. And then they ask what's going on. Plug people in. Like, you guys have an amazing group that are open with most of the company leaders in there pouring into you guys. So I want to say thank you again for having me here, but also thank you for taking time for your business to be here today and listening to this story. So Ron, is there anything else? I don't know if you've read. Thank you. I love you guys. I see all you guys clapping. I think that's awesome. And honestly, I'm like, I feel somebody called me a industry legend this week, and I was like, really? Like, is that how you see me? And I don't feel like that, but I know that I've paved the way, and sometimes I get overwhelmed, but I know that I'm helping a lot of people for sharing the truth, and I'm out of words right now, so I will let Ron come back, and if there's any questions you read in there that I can help answer, I'd be more than happy to do so.
Wow. Absolutely an industry legend. The path that you have forged, and it's just amazing. And I think that anybody that's on this and anybody that doesn't share this with your team and doesn't watch this again is missing out. Those were some amazing, amazing nuggets. And I can tell you that all of us, I've been doing this business on and off for 40 plus years. So I've seen so many things in network marketing that would blow your minds. But I can tell you that the one thing that I've seen in the leaders and the legends like Sonia is that the challenges and the walls just don't exist. You know, everything that she's talked about, we will all experience in some way, shape, or form. The difference is how you respond to it, what you do, whether you quit or not, or whether you forge through it. Are you going to have days that you just don't want to do anything? Absolutely. There are days I get up, and because of my, you know, open heart surgery and stents and all these things, I get up and, man, I ache, I hurt, I don't, you know, now they're telling me I got to replace my shoulder. But I get up every morning at 3:30 and I push forward because I know what's on the other side of that. I know what is going to happen when we get to that other side. I know what 500K looks like because of Sonia. I know what super affiliate looks like because of Jenna, because of Chris, because of Beth, you know, Bar Miller, and all of the super affiliate. I know what it looks like. I know what that life can be. But if you're not going to pay the price, if you're not going to do what needs to be done, then you're not going to get there. So I think we have, if you've got time, maybe for 2, maybe 3 questions, is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Baby's not here. The husband left, so go right ahead.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. And I love, because Craig always does this. If you look at the bottom, if you hit the manage participants or the participants button, and you click on that, it'll bring up a window. And at the bottom of that window, you can raise your hand. And that way we can see your hand. I can unmute you and you can ask Sonia a question. We'll take, you know, 3 or 4 depending on the time. And so if you've got a question, either physically raise your hand so that I can see you, but I'd rather you raise your hand by clicking the button. And that way we can kind of, you know, take it through in a systematic way. So anybody got a question? Oh, come on. I know you guys have got a bunch of questions. Just Carlos, unmute yourself.
Sonia, thank you so much, man. This thing was so amazing. And Sonia, so first off, I want to tell you just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I share your story more than any others. I'm telling you, and I just want to say just thank you so much for that. And the other thing is, I love your energy. You have really incredible energy. You could tell that you're a good soul. And that, you know, seeing someone, especially at your level, the 500K level, that means a lot to me because there's nothing better than someone coming with a servant's heart, a humble heart. So I want to thank you for that as well. And a couple of things here. So just really, I was, and it's not really a question, but it's more of a comment. So I love that Jenna got tough on you. Right. I love that Jenna got to, I didn't know that about. So now it's something else to add to the story. Right. So you had every right to quit. You have every right to be negative, and you went through that. Right. But you know, finally, it was Jenna's mentorship towards you, and like, hey, listen, I got to block you because I don't need this negative energy kind of thing. So, you know, thank you for sharing that part of it. And then the other thing too, can you imagine? And this is probably out more to the people than anything else. Is who would like to be Sonia's upline that quit today, right? Who would like to be Sonia's upline that quit today? Where would you be today? You'd be like a super affiliate. So folks, so everything that Sonia says is exactly right. You know, she's on point. I took so many notes. I took like 2 pages of notes, Sonia. Again, just thank you so much. I don't really have a question about anything. I really love you to pieces. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. We love and appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, those are amazing words. And I just want to bring it back to Carlos because this just shows how amazing this industry, or I can't say industry. The industry is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I see like lots of other companies and I don't see this. I don't see the teams working together. And just last week I had somebody asked me for Spanish presentation, and I knew I could reach out to Carlos, and I didn't even think twice of sending him the video, not even thinking, because 5 years ago I would have been, well, I don't want to share Carlos's video because they're going to sign up with him. But I built the confidence, and I don't have the scarcity mindset anymore. And I told the guy, here's my friend Carlos. I didn't even mention he's on my team or not on my team. That has nothing to do. The guy was asking for a Spanish presentation. I reached out to him and he sent me a YouTube video, and I shared it with the guy, and I said the guy would be happy to answer questions if there's any questions in Spanish you need help with. And I appreciate you for doing that, because you could have turned around and say, I'm doing this for my team only. And when we're successful, then I'll open it up for you, which I've seen teams do that. And that's fine. You build how you want. But thank you for being that leader. And that's what I want to do with the French also. And before we go for a question, I just want to say, you brought up for Jenna. It's not something I'm proud of sharing with people, but I want you guys to know that you're not helping yourself by staying in that toxic negative mindset, because you will lose your team, because your team will follow what you do. And if you're always complaining, then they're going to do that. If you do nothing, they're going to do that. And when you guys came to the company, when Robert joined and the company was in full momentum, it was just starting. And you guys, I don't know if you've seen the Matrix series, but that's when I was blocked. So that's why a lot of people don't know who Sonia is, because I was never featured as a leader, because I was acting like a crybaby back then. And I could have been a leader, but I decided to be in the victim mentality, and I decided to blame everyone else but myself, and I knew what I had to do. But some people just need to learn the hard way, guys. But when I was in that state and pissed off at my upline because she blocked me, I was still talking to people, but my negative feelings were put in a box that I hid. I hid those, and I did not attack these problems until last year. Last year, I had a real talk, and my husband was there, and he told me, you need to get over it. If you want to be that leader that is, if you want to get that position again and get to super, but not just that, I wanted recognition for me being here and not giving up. But they're not going to recognize you if you're negative. That's one thing. So if you're a leader and you're looking for recognition and you're doing all the things you should do, but your upline's not recognizing you, are you giving them a reason to? And I don't care about recognition anymore. Now my goal is to get people underneath me on stage, not me. I went on stage. I had the ring. I had this. Now it's your turn. So I've learned a lot, and I can say I'm not the same girl I was 5 years ago. So the biggest thing this industry has given to me is not only health, wealth, but my mind is at ease. I can handle any, and I'm not telling the universe to bring me any more situation, because we've had a lot lately, but I can handle things. And I feel like I'm becoming a pro at that. And I think that a lot of people, if they can understand how to react and not react or ignore, that can help you a lot with your business. If you've got people that maybe are not positive or they're not giving you that vibe, it's okay to give them a little bit of space. It's okay. I'm not telling you go block all your downlines. I'm not telling you to do that, because it hurts. You know, many people would have quit in my situation, but I didn't. And now me and Jenna are awesome. We actually have a coaching call next week. So we've been all over that, but she needed that because I was toxic to her. And can you imagine all the people in her inbox that was negative? So, and now I'm like that too. My team, I protect my bubble. If you come to me with all your negativity, I'm going to ask you, how's your day going? What made you in this mood? Like, what's up with you? What can you say positive about everything you just told to me right now? And I know some people would call me a bitch for it, or just say I don't care, but it's not because I don't care. And I heard Robert say that on one of his calls, that we all have excuses. We all have a misery, pain somewhere story, but is that what you want people to know you for? Do you want people to know you for the girl who lost her rank and cried about it? Or do you want people to know for the girl that had the biggest roller coaster ride that still pushed through and be super affiliate, right? So for me, it's about long-term, it's about vision, it's about what I said I would do and not quit also. So thank you so much for that, Carlos. I just wanted to bring that up because I feel it's important to know. And if we can get negativity away from our teams and our lives and all of that, I think it could be a wonderful, more better situation than what you guys are already in. I saw that Jane Michelle had, Ron, do you want to go? I don't know if there's other questions, but I see
there is. There's two other people. I just want to say to you, Sonia, too, if we do have the 4 videos that are in the pre-enrollee back office with Spanish subtitles if you ever need those.
Love. Yes, Carlos said that you guys were working on that. So if you guys have it, that would be awesome. He did a wonderful job with the 2 videos I sent though, but that would be definitely.
I'll send you some links so that you can download them and use them, and they're generic,
awesome.
but they just have the subtitles. So I've unlocked it. So Jay and Michelle, you can unmute yourselves.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for coming and doing this today. We sent out this link to everybody, every team, ours or not, because I knew that this was going to be a Zoom that everybody was going to want to be on. You touched on so many such important topics throughout this day. So you really, really did so much for so many people. Is there anything you want to say before I ask the question? You sure? Okay. So the one question that I want to ask you, and you did touch on this somewhat, but if you can give us a little bit more detail, is for people that haven't hit their first rank yet, and maybe they've been here 6 months or so, and so they're kind of, hovering 1K, 2K, 3K, 1K, and they're kind of up and down. What's the best advice you can give to those people to, continue to move forward, not lose their momentum, not lose their motivation, and to keep going towards that 5K? And what would your recommendation to them be?
I would break down goals and smaller goals. So 5K, you want what, 5 people out of 1,000? To get out of 1,000, how many director packs or executive packs do you need? I actually did a breakdown of that just a few weeks ago, and I shared it on my wall by mistake. It was meant to be in my group, and then a bunch of people shared it. So I don't have it right now, but I can share it later in the group. And it just really is a visual. I think a lot of people, they see 5K and they have no clue what it needs to get there. So why don't we start with one sale? How many director packs? And you guys in the States, like, I'm so excited that we have $200 commissions now in Canada with the executive packs, because that's never happened. And you guys are lucky you can have those big commissions and those big packs. So I would find out, and I'd probably be realistic and go with directors, because that's what most people will sign up with. So I would go and break down how many directors I would need. Do you have 5 strong people on your team, 10, 1 or 2? Like, what are the leaders that you have? And then start to go talk to them and see what their goals are. If you have somebody on your team that wants to make $100, they're not the next 5K, right? So you need to know who your runners are. You need to know who you can help and support. Another big thing that most people don't do is, and I need some more clarity on this, but it's the customer referral program. Can you imagine all your customers, if they would all refer 3 people, how that would help your organization today? So out of your team members that are affiliates, how many customers do you guys have? Can you challenge them to get 1 customer each, or even better, 3, so they get a free product? If everyone would do that, and I'm going to start doing this as online events too, because a lot of people forget customers. Customers will reorder. They won't not order because they didn't make money last month. They're not going to get upset because somebody didn't order or their team quit. It's either it works or it doesn't. So I think a lot of people forget the customers, and it can grow your business a lot by the volume. I would also make it a habit. For me, I tell my team leaders who are asking the same question, how do I get my people to rank or work business? Help them get big volume that is easy to get. So try to get a retail store. Can you imagine if on both legs, all your team would have a salon that would order the hair products, or a vet that would sell some dog treats, or whatever it is, and you get 1 order per month of 1,000 BV, or maybe it's more, maybe it's 500, and you have 2 businesses like that. So I know getting affiliates is hard, because it's way more than doing this, follow the steps, build the list, and a lot of people, they quit before they even get started. So the easiest way would be with customers. You still need to focus on affiliates, don't get me wrong, but I know some leaders in this company that don't care for customers, and they struggle to get to the next rank because they always have to keep bringing in new people, and your customers are the ones who will order whether they make money or not next month. So that would be one of it. And do one-on-one calls. Reach out to your potentials and ask them. Make a game plan with them. It's worth investing your time in them. And if that doesn't seem good, well, this doesn't sound old, get new people. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it is a numbers game, and it is about bringing new volume in every month. So I don't know if anybody wants to bring anything else on that, but that's what I would say to break it down. smaller goals and be excited when it gets hit, when that person hits their global bonus or whatever milestone they have. Recognize them, be excited for them.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. And I recognize you two from the car, so congratulations. I was so excited to see you guys.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
That's my goal, Sonia, for this next 12 months is to go down and drive the Beamer.
Love it.
All right. Thank you, Jay and Michelle. And we have one more. Rory, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Sonia. I wanted to thank you very much for being so transparent with us. I think that I'm newer into the company and stuff, and hearing your story, I think just like really lit the fire under me, even more so than what I already feel that my goals and what I was working for. So I just wanted to say thank you very much and appreciate you taking the time out of your day, to let us all know how transparent and everything that you are.
Oh, well, thank you, Rory, and welcome to the MDC family. And thank you so much for sharing that, and cheers to your success. I hope that everybody's still here 3 to 5 years from now. I hope that this story makes people not quit the days when you think about, is it my time to quit? Because guys, it's easy to start over. Like, I see so many people start over with a new company and then they come back. Because there's nothing out there like Hempworx and MDC, like no owners, products, the pay plan. It's just, I know, and I don't want to sound like I'm hyping. And after 5 years, people should know I'm not a hyped up person. But everything's there. We all have the same why, not the same why, but the same material, the same tools. Your why is going to be different, but the vision is there for us. So now you can go and run with it. Doesn't matter if it's slow or fast. So, oh, I love it. I love how you guys are so resourceful. Sunny Lamba just posted the 5K breakdown. And I added a disclaimer on the bottom because people were sharing it. I also added, I'm not a mathematician and I'm dyslexic. So if there's some typos in the numbers, please let me know. And nobody's told me anything, so I guess my math was right. So that's awesome. And Ron, I learned from you that you can raise your hand for questions. I've never knew how to do that. So thank you. I love that I learn new things every single day.
We do a lot of these, and that helps out. And I take lead from Craig and Robert, because Craig is, as we all know, he was an amazing MC in 2018. Obviously an amazing Scrooge. But I love Zoom because you have that capability. And I want to add this to it too. There's been a lot of comments and the link that Sonny just put in there and so forth. So again, if you go to that comment, at the bottom of that comment, you'll see 3 dots, and you can save if you click on the 3 dots on the right, you can save the chat. And if you save the chat, then you'll have the link, you'll have any of the other questions, you'll have anything that was put in that chat for future use. Okay, so
nice.
And there was a lot of stuff in there. So,
and just to let everybody know, it was also shared on the Facebook chat. So for people who are asking about that, it is there as well.
Nice.
All right, everybody.
And those are real numbers.
We are 15 minutes after, so it has been Sonia. I can't thank you enough. We talk about this, how this company is so much different. And again, I'll let you know that I've been doing this a long time. I've never been in a company that did cross-line trainings. That was a bad juju. Don't do this. Never, never, never. And in the past week, just, with Sonia, with Chris Robinson, Celie Smith was on my live. Her and I did an interview the other day. I've had Jerry West. I've had the Garzas, people all over, Jay and Michelle, Tara Scary. The list goes on and on and on. So one of the things after the convention, when I came back, we used to have the Daring Dream Team. Sonia, you probably remember that. And I decided I didn't want to be the dream. It's not about me. It's about the company. So we've changed it to the MDC Dream Family. And that's where our group is public now. Anybody that's in the company can get into it. We share everything and anything that we do. And I believe that God will bless us because we're trying to bless so many people. And so if any of you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Let us know. We'll share with you the resources that we have, what's going on, where you can find the answers that you need. And again, let's everybody unmute and just give Sonia a huge round of thanks. So
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank
We
you,
love
Sonia.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Your blessing.
Thank you.
Bless you, Sonia.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Very good.
I even hear the dogs chirping in. I mean, everybody.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Sonia.
We knew.
Thank you, Sonia.
All right, everybody. Sonia,
Great,
thank
Sonia.
you so much. Have
Thank
an
you, Ron.
amazing day. We have 14 days left in this month, and I know a lot of people are feeling kind of a crunch of load numbers and everything else. Change it. Change it. The reason I asked Sonia on here is because her story is so powerful. If you haven't heard something today that's got you, again, now both my arms and hairs are standing up. I am so excited about what the next 14 days are gonna. We're going into a short month. It's time to take the gloves off. Time to put the pedal to the metal. Get that momentum going into February. Let's get our numbers all back where they need to be. Let's get our success going. Those of you who are sitting back and saying, "Oh, I just," now you know what you've heard from a legend. You've heard from an industry legend how to take a journey and make it into an amazing life. So God bless you all. Sonia, thank you. Craig, Carlos, thank you for helping out. So amazing to see everybody here. Have an amazing weekend. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you,
Bye,
Sonia.
thanks,
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank you,
guys.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Ron.
Bye, everybody. Bye. So good to see all of you.
Bye, Ron. Thank you very much for both of you. And
You're
Sonia.
very welcome, Michael. Have an amazing weekend.